Or live.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Frankie here for the Bakersfield Journal with my brother Miguel. You guys, we are live at Calebra's Lounge coming to you for our third podcast. Now, we did do a semi-podcast this week over at TPE, but we felt that we should definitely do another one to kind of really give you guys the full podcast. This week was absolutely fantastic. We had a great time in Vegas. I am a little tired, though, today. I just got back last night, and it was a long 5 days out there in Las Vegas. Mike, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. Could not agree more, everybody. How's everyone out there? Hope you are doing very well, but unbelievably tired. It was a productive time, but definitely a long time. And cannot be more excited for what we have coming up because of it.
Absolutely.
Excited for what we have to smoke, for what we have to show you guys, for what we have to talk about right now. And yeah, you're definitely right. We did not really get a chance to podcast much, but we need a second one.
Yeah, there's definitely one in there that I'm really excited about that we will get to. But do we have an intro video for this one? I always forget.
We do have an intro video, so we're going to go ahead and roll that.
Let's go ahead and roll that.
We'll hit you up right after this.
I don't know if this is true, but every time I look back on the years, I feel like I wasted my youth. How did I get so cold? How do I wind up every single day going through this life all alone? When am I gonna change? Another day, another month, another year, and still I feel just the same. Oh, help me, I can't shake this feeling away. Help me, I feel like I'm going insane. Help me, I got nowhere to go, I'm afraid. Help me turn this around here today. There's no laughter these days. Far too seldom do I get the chance to even put a smile on my face.
There we go.
All right, welcome back, guys. So, starting out when we got there on Tuesday, obviously, we checked into the hotel, went and got our passes, which took a little while because they didn't have the press passes ready. They didn't have the press credentials on them. So it's basically a regular pass, so we wouldn't have been able to get in early.
Which was weird. I mean, they didn't even have anything on there. It didn't say exhibitor. It didn't say buyer or any of that
just said our
stuff.
names.
Just said names and sponsors of the event.
Yeah,
Which was good. I mean, you got to have your sponsors on there, but the rest is also important.
absolutely.
Before we get too far in, though, guys, I am smoking from Dapper Cigars, the La Madrina, one of my very favorite cigars out there, and we will talk more about them in just a second. But, Frankie, what are you smoking?
I was also given a Dapper cigar for today. This is a Desvalito. This is one of their newer cigars. Again, this is one I really like the artwork to the band. It's got the gold on the navy blue. And this was actually our 2020 cigar of the year right here. And I think it's well deserving. It's a lot stronger than most of what people know Dapper for. But not to say it is their strongest cigar, because they are going to unveil something very soon that is going to be stronger than this guy. And of course, you guys have to wait because we did get an interview with Ian, so he's going to talk about it on the interview. So if you guys want to find out more about that, give us a little bit of time. Miguel's going to work hard on those interviews, and he's going to break them up individually, I believe.
Yes. We have a playlist of all of the interviews, which I have a list of all the names. We'll go over everybody today, and then you can watch them as they come out, guys.
Yes, absolutely. But we did do an interview with Ian. It was a great time hanging out with him and seeing him. And I mean, from the moment we got to the event, the same way we do every event, even if you have a map of what it's going to look like, you definitely want to take your time to walk around.
Oh, yeah.
The cigar section was bigger this year than it was in the past year. And we missed some stuff the first day because we didn't realize that it actually passed the halfway point and went beyond where it did from last time.
Oh, 100% did. Yeah, it's a lot bigger booths. Quite a few more companies decided to go above the pavilion level, which I still love the pavilion area. I thought that was a lot of efficiency to it
Mm-hmm.
because it's a smaller setup, but everything you need is right there. Some tables to do some work at,
Mm-hmm.
very close proximity to each other, so everyone can go from booth to booth, so you don't miss anything. Once I went to the bigger areas, that's when I started missing stuff because I started getting lost in the booths.
Exactly.
So it just is what it is.
So, guys, we got you some really good interviews. We got you some interviews with the likes of obviously Dapper Cigars, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust,
I got the full list
AJ
right here.
Fernandez, Sinistro, Tarzona Cigars, Rockefeller Cigars. Don't tell me. I know I'm missing some in there.
I wrote them all down.
Let's see. Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not telling you nothing.
How many am I missing?
Quite a few.
Dang. Okay. Let's see. David Blanco Cigars we got as well. La Mirada Cigars.
Yes.
Which are also the Bahama Mamas.
I put them down together. Yeah.
And let's see, who else did we get in there? Well, we were there.
Want me to go top to bottom?
Go top to bottom.
All right. Starting in order of, I think I got these all in order of how we filmed them. Not saying that anyone was more important than the other, just how we had time to do it, guys. Sinistro, Haroma Solomon, Blanco,
Roman Solomon.
Dapper, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Whoa, that's never happened before, guys. If you were watching live, there we go. What is going on? Oh, we've been hacked. Okay, looks like it's stopped over there. Espinosa Cigars, Cigars for Warriors, Bahama Mamas and La Mirada, Rockefeller, Tarazona, AJ Fernandez, and Jake Wyatt Cigars. So that is 12 interviews coming your guys' way. We actually got to go live with Cigars for Warriors. Got to live with Storm for a minute there. And if the internet connection would have been a little better, I would have mind going live with everybody for a little bit and then doing a little interview afterwards.
Right.
But if you did watch that live, whether you're watching right now or not, we will have that audio for you and that video again in the playlist, just so we make sure that you can hear it a little better. It's a little loud in there, which is totally normal. The people are doing business. They're seeing old friends. They're learning about new products, so they're excited. And conversations, add together. It's a very big area, but it's a lot of people doing a lot of work, so it gets loud.
We did get to see quite a few people that we really like a lot. Robert Caldwell and Jeremy McDonald, who we'll have more on a bit later in the week. We saw Matt Booth. We saw Steve Saka, obviously. Coleman and Dennis from Sinistro. Always a pleasure to see those guys. Don't drop it, guys.
Just don't drop it.
Don't drop it. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
And, of course, Miguel brings up Cigars for Warriors and Haroma Solomon. Now, if you guys didn't catch what we had to say during the live, I'm going to talk to you real quick about their Synergy project. Basically, what Cigars for Warriors is doing is they are teaming up with different cigar manufacturers. They're sticking with boutiques. They're getting a cigar made for them. Limited production number, guys. Remind you, limited production number. And you will only be able to get these cigars at donation centers. So that means Cigars and More in Bakersfield on Rosedale High will be the only spot you can get them in Bakersfield. What they're doing is these companies are making a limited number of cigars for Cigars for Warriors, allowing them to sell these cigars and keeping 100% of the profits. All they're doing is taking out the cost it is to make the cigar. So let's say it costs them $3.50 to make the cigars, bands, and boxes. That's what they keep. Everything else, what they sell it for, goes directly to Cigars for Warriors to continue their mission of sending cigars, coffee, magazines, and other things to the troops. I think that's fantastic. I love Haroma Solomon. You guys hear me talking about the Traveling Man all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And for them to be partnering up with Cigars for Warriors to do this for them is absolutely fantastic. They're going to do 6 companies in total, from what I hear. Up next will be Caldwell, and I believe they said Castagli was also on board, and there's a few more that they're in talks with, but they weren't giving too many specifics because it's not finalized yet. They also have a coffee program where you can buy coffee, and for every bag that you buy, a bag will be sent to the troops with your name on the back. That is phenomenal.
That's really cool.
I think it is really cool. I love the idea of this program, and I cannot wait for Cigars and More to order some of those so that we can have them in the shop.
Yes, because you can buy directly from Cigars for Warriors and have them sent out, or there's the retail version where the shops can bring them in. And even before you buy from the retail shop, they're already going to have 1 buy, 1 cent, basically, for the retail store. So if your local brick and mortar is a Cigars for Warriors donation center, if they buy say 10 bags, they're already sending 10 bags over. So that's pretty incredible that they're able to get that accomplished. And I am excited to try the coffee myself. I love coffee. That's not a secret. It's not a surprise to anybody. So just another one to add to the old arsenal. I've got a lot of bags. It's a stack. I got to figure out how to keep coffee nicer, the same way we have like the humidor. Maybe there's something I need a little better instead of just an airtight jar, which I guess will work, right? Right?
Yeah.
Keep coffee beans fresh. But I want something fancier. I think. Yep, my coffee deserves it.
Yeah, it probably does. Again, I am excited to try those cigars. Obviously, if Roman Solomon's behind it, I'm into it. I'd probably dig it right away.
Oh yeah.
Now, of course, it wasn't all work. We did get to go out and have some fun afterwards. Ran into Brian, owner of Pravada Club, and Clark, who runs the LCA. First day we were there. Absolutely awesome to see him there. I did not know that they were going to be there. And that was my first time meeting Clark. And so we caught up at the show. We talked for a while, walked around for a bit. And then, he had to go do some stuff. We had to go do some more interviews. So we split ways. And then at the after party, we caught up again, hung out for a while. If you guys didn't see on the Instagram, I posted a picture.
Yeah.
A lot of people messing on him because of his shirt, asking how many cows he had to kill, or pulling off that heifer look because of his cow print on his shirt. I thought it was a dope shirt.
What do you call it?
That party was a lot of fun. I took a little bit of video, although it looked dead from where I was. 'Cause I was up top and I was at the back. So I only saw a few people's side. I was like, oh, maybe I should walk to the pool area. So I did walk to the pool area. You guys can see a lot more people. It was very crowded.
Yes.
I didn't eat the food myself because there was a lot of long lines for it. But from what I hear, the food was fantastic. They also had people walk around with like advertisers for you as open bar, which was nice. It was a good time.
I did sample the drinks, and they were very nice, and they were very free. So the combination of those two left a lot of people the next day. Well, there was a more haggard-looking group of cigar aficionados.
Yes, there were.
By the end of that party, and it ended around, I want to say 9:30, 10, and no one was ready to quit.
No.
The Sahara was what happened next. Everyone flooded over there, or the MGM, or a few other spots that just seemed to be a culmination of the cigar industry when you go there. So this is a little inside scoop, guys. I don't know if I should say this or not, but if you go to PCA when you're there and you're not actually part of the event, just go to Sahara. You're going to see everybody. It might be crowded. You might not really get to talk to everybody that you'd like to, but you're at least going to see everybody together in one spot. And you'll run into other cigar smokers. Like there was a gentleman we ran into Friday night. What was his name? The guy whose daughter was in the volleyball tournament.
Oh, man, I forgot.
Decked out in his LA Lakers attire, even though he was from Texas. So much respect to that.
And he was
LA
a Knicks
team.
fan.
Well, you know what? Respect the look, because I think I'm not a big basketball fan. You know that. But the LA Lakers uniforms versus the Knicks, LA Lakers looks better. All right. That's not just my bias for LA teams, right? That's my bias for it looks cooler. So he knew what he was doing. He knew what was up. Plus, he was a sneakerhead, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he knows style. All right. So boom, double win for him.
Double win,
Yeah.
indeed.
But he wasn't part of the event, nor was he part of that after party.
No,
he was just a fellow cigar
just a
smoker.
guy there with the cigar, and he asked for a light and ended up talking to us for like an hour.
Cool guy.
Yep.
Very cool guy.
Yep,
Met
absolutely.
a lot of really cool people. Vlad, our rep. He is our rep, right? For Castagli?
Yep.
And yeah, in our area, yeah. He's in Las Vegas, but is coming to California.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
He says he comes to LA like every other month, so
Hopefully he gets to come our way too. Super cool guy. Really glad to meet him. Just like the guys from Big Sky. Oh my goodness. I don't think I wrote them down. I know we have an interview too from them.
we do have an interview.
We
with
both
this
missed
guy.
that one. Big Sky Cigars. I do not want to forget them because Jess was awesome. The
Yeah,
whole
they
crew
all were
was
awesome.
Gosh, I apologize now because my list is incomplete. Instead of 12, it's 13. Lucky 13 right there. So it was incredible how many people we got to see again that we haven't seen in so long, like Coleman, for instance, or even Jeremy from Aganorsa or any of them. But then the new people we also got to meet because the industry is still growing and still adding some really good people to the roster. So
Now, one cigar company that I did not bring into cigars anymore, but I really would like to give some of their stuff a try, was Vario Cigars.
yes,
I think they have some of the coolest designs to their cigar box for their specialty stuff. It's a very Egyptian theme to it with black and gold. It looks really good. He didn't really have any samples to give out, so I couldn't really try anything.
no,
And there's no way that Mike would allow us to bring in something if we didn't know how it tastes. So we're gonna wait, get a hold of him when he has a few samples, so we can try some of that stuff and bring it in. But the big one that I want to boast about, that I am most proud of, that was the top of my list for TPE, was not even a new company. It's just a company we have very limited of at Cigars and More, and I knew we needed more.
Yeah.
So my first stop, my main goal was Aganorsa. Talked to Jeremy, told him, look, brother, I need to bring in more of your stuff to the shop. What can we do? Went over to show deals, went over what would be best for us in Bakersfield, would be best for the guys down at El Segundo, as well as the guys in Valencia. And we put together what I think is a great order. So you guys will soon see, for those of you that are local to any of our shops, Aganorsa having a larger footprint in our humidors. Now, as far as Bakersfield is concerned, what I brought in mainly was their 4 core line cigars, which I have been waiting to get in the shop for a while now. I love what they, from the Connecticut to the Maduro, they're all fantastic. And if you guys really want to try something excellent, I would pick up a 4 of them, one of each of the core blends, and just see how amazing the tobacco is that Aganorsa uses. It is phenomenal. I could easily see when they're going to be priced in the shop, you'd be willing to pay like $5 more because of how good these cigars are going to be. So I hope you guys get a chance to try them. If you guys don't live next to a Cigars and More, try your local shop, see if they have Aganorsa, and pick up a couple of their core line stuff. They are phenomenal cigars. I am so happy that we are going to have a much larger presence of Aganorsa in Bakersfield's largest humidor.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Very glad. Well, Frankie was busy wheeling and dealing for that More Aganorsa deal right there. I was a little disappointed because there was not a lot of gummies out there. They're just
no, there was gummies. There just wasn't any CBD gummies.
Yeah, I was not a fan of this new stuff they decided to, like, oh, let's get this to the market, called Delta 8.
Delta 8.
Now, this is not cigar related. This is definitely TPE related, though, because it was everywhere. Absolutely covering the market. They decided to go just as hard as they did last year. Last year for the CBD stuff, but with this Delta 8 stuff. And from what I'm hearing from the people who have tried it, and they're like, yeah, I just want, maybe it was like last year where the CBD made my back feel a little better. Apparently not. Apparently that's not what this is a purpose for. So I don't think I will be sampling all of them as I did last year.
Now, from what they tell us, because when we walk to the CBD side, we explain to them, look, we are not cigar smokers.
Wait,
we're really new to this.
Why do we say that?
Or I'm sorry, we are not CBD users or whatever. We are cigar smokers. What can you tell us about this? And they are very informative.
Yeah.
The girl tried to really dumb it down for us. She's like, well, THC is Delta 9. That's its name.
Yep.
This is Delta 8. So it's a little bit less of an intensity, but you're still getting that kind of high feeling with the relaxation. And that's the key for what Delta 8 is trying to bring to the market. She said a lot of people didn't feel anything with CBD, much like yourself.
Yeah.
So this Delta 8's a higher strand that you will feel something. So, hey, they knew their stuff. I got to give it up to them. They knew their stuff.
Yeah. Very informative group. Still very big, flashy areas.
Yeah.
It seemed like the entire event shrunk a little bit from the previous, as far as like how big the floor space was. But the cigar side expanded.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely had more space. I don't know if it was more companies or just more space used. A couple more bigger booths.
What were the last 3 you had on your list of interviews?
It was Tarazona, AJ, and Jake Wyatt.
Okay, it was Tarazona that we got over there. That's right. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got to meet his wife at one of the parties because she was also wearing a cigar porn shirt.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I like your shirt. She's like, I like your guys' shirt.
3 different cigar porn shirts.
Yeah.
Out in the wild.
So that was fun. And then we set up an interview for the next day with her husband, Eddie Tarzona. Great guy, really cool guy. Actually, his whole staff was really cool too because we actually met one of his reps the night before that. KJ at the Sahara, the bar. In
all fairness, too, I've already been buddies with him for a while. I totally didn't realize that we were Facebook buddies, and I was like, "Oh shoot, yeah, I've seen that." So that's another way. Like you see these people that you've talked to online, and you go to these virtual herfs with, or you talk to each other on a live, or in just a different Facebook group, or there's Discord now. and a bunch of other ones, Werribee, Zoom, whatever you want to use, whatever your picadillo is. All right. Then you get to meet them in person, and it's so much better.
I will say this is like one of the first events I ever felt like a rock star, because people were coming up like, "Oh, you're the Bakersfield Gentleman. Let me get a picture."
Yeah, that was a little more than I thought.
That felt really cool. I'm not gonna lie. That felt really cool. Yeah, that it always blows my mind when someone recognizes us, and the fact that they wanted to take pictures with us. That's just so awesome, and that feeling is so cool. So, to everybody that came up to us, took a picture with us, talked to us, and recognized us, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. I was blown away by how many of the reps that we've never met before, and how many of the brand owners that we've never met before, because the small companies knew who we were, knew the show was.
That did feel good, yeah.
So that was really cool.
I think that means we're doing something right, maybe.
Must be.
I don't want to toot our own horn, but pretty fucking famous. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's too much. No, but you're right though. It was cool to hear that people who we don't know personally have enjoyed the show as well, or at least know about. Like, oh, you guys are the Bakersfield guys. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really does feel nice to know that we are progressing and it's getting a little bit bigger, a little bit better here and there. Sound quality is better.
Mm-hmm.
If you go from this to one of the first podcasts, you're definitely going to hear a sound improvement. It's all going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, right direction and not doing so, Romeo Julieta and Altadis had a very cool display there. It was a golf simulator.
Yeah.
And I am glad I didn't do it, because that would have probably hurt somebody. That would not have gone the right direction.
Looks like it stings.
Yeah, I would have probably hit someone with a golf ball behind the simulator. It was really cool. It was a huge setup. I even joked with Zahara while she was there, "Are you going to set that up in the lounge?" But you got to have a big spot for that. I think.
I will say, walking behind it, and if you didn't realize what it was, would catch you, because that ball hits that plastic hard.
Yeah,
and you just hear that thump, and it's like right by your head as you walk by. So it caught me.
And it's constant, because it's constantly going. We should have stopped by and actually tried it out, but I'm sure they'll have it up again next time. PCA is right around the corner, guys. We've got what, 2 months,
7 weeks?
Yeah, 7 weeks, less than 2 months, and I'm positive Altadis will be there. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be there. Along with, are they gonna have a booth for their new company, the new split?
That's General.
Oh, no, sorry, that's General. Yeah, that's right. But General will be there as well.
I believe General will be there. I think Forged will be there as well.
Forged, thank you.
The split off for the two companies.
But didn't Altadis do something like that not too long ago? No? I could have swore like another.
You're thinking probably Havana's SA, who split up their company, which is the Cuban stuff.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I don't know how that even works if all the Cuban stuff is owned by the Cuban government, I thought.
Not anymore.
What?
The government sold some of it.
It's gotta be rough times then. You're not selling that because it's doing well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I know what Forge is doing. I understand that. What's what I'm looking for? Business move, I guess. Businessings, if you will.
Well, I mean, they have so many cigar brands in that portfolio of General Cigars. Breaking it up into two companies and giving a company General these cigars and Forge those cigars.
Yeah.
I think it helps out the rep, so they're not competing with themselves on shelf space for all of their brands. Well, one can take Macanudo, Partagas, and CAO. The other one can take, what else do they have? The gosh dang it, Chillin' Moose, and whatever else that they might have.
The Chillin' Moose, so that's it. You just gotta sell the Chillin' Moose everywhere you go.
Sell the Chillin' Moose.
Do you get 1 and 2 though?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Whew, then you're okay. How about instead of fantasy football, in January, we do fantasy cigar broker. Everyone picks out like 5 companies, and then at the end of the year, when I think not CI, Cigar Aficionado does their numbers, we see who wins.
Okay,
that'd be hilarious. Man, my team doing good this year? I don't know, because there's not really much you can do to change that. Like there's no moving players at the bench on that one. That's just literally the entire year. Like, so how you guys think you're doing? Talking about, oh yeah, we're doing fine. But how do you think you're doing? Like, what are the numbers? Can you give me the numbers?
I need that hard data.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. We had everyone think of their own team names, their own broker names, and yeah, that's about as far as you can go with that. There's literally nothing else you can do.
You're walking around the show floor. You know, a lot of people that were there decided to go away from the pavilions and actually get booths.
Yeah,
which I like. I mean, I prefer the pavilions. It's a lot easier to get more content with a lot of people because they're all right there.
yeah.
But a lot more people were getting actual booths, 10 by 10s, 10 by 20s. And some, I think, were decorated a bit better than others. I felt really bad for Caldwell because they had none of their stuff there. I mean, they had the cigars, but they didn't get their tables, they didn't get their chairs, they didn't get their signage. So I kind of felt really bad for them. But then you have people like Big Sky who went all out and made theirs look phenomenal. Obviously, Davidoff, Altadis, Perdomo, they always have the money to do stuff. But to see someone like Big Sky really do, and Vario looked really nice too.
Yeah.
Those were cool. Cigars for Warriors had a phenomenal booth. We should have done booth awards.
You want to do booth awards next time?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
PCA, I want to do booth awards.
Booth awards time. What are we basing it off of?
Presence, not necessarily size,
uniqueness,
but decoration.
Double story levels.
Yep.
If you have 2 tiers, you automatically win something. 2 companies had a double tiered booth this year. There was 2 TPE. I don't know if they were actually CBD company. They were on the CBD side, on the
they were on the blue carpet.
The plus, tobacco plus part. But they had these lofts basically up top, so you can overlook the entire event,
which were damn cool.
It was pretty cool. I think Scandinavia Cigar Company did that PCA a couple years ago, something like that, and that was really awesome too. It's a smart move.
I mean, Scandinavian Tobacco Group.
Yeah, why not?
STG
maybe.
Okay,
maybe. All I know is that you were goshing over these 2 booths, and we've already seen that.
They were really cool.
The other one was cooler because it was cigars.
Either way, the booth themselves were cool.
Yeah, it's a smart move. You got to do your business up there. You got to have a little break room if you guys need a little break. The business things. You got a business somewhere. Everyone has to business somewhere.
Yes, they do. And there was a lot of business going on. Everybody we talked to said that they got new accounts, which was great. Yep. I think that that was the point. I think this year it was a really big gamble from all these companies to take to come to the event because nobody knew what the turnout was going to be like. Were people going to stay home because it's still too close to the pandemic stuff, barely opening up? Were people going to come because they needed to get out of the house? It was a big gamble on the part of these companies. And, kudos to them because I think it was a big success. I don't think anybody we talked to said, oh, yeah, we know we had a bad event. Everybody had a great event. So that was really great to hear. Who was your favorite interview with?
I think Gerard broke his down the most and went into a lot of detail for us, which I really appreciated. That might be my favorite one as far as the interviews go. If you guys really want to hear more about what they have coming out, that was a lot of fun to hear. Their new swag, which I really thought looked great. Mm-hmm. It was a great setup. I think Coleman did a really good job, though. He always tells us he doesn't want to be on camera, but I got to get that guy on camera more often. He's a great personality. I think if we can get him just ignore the camera, we wouldn't have to do the show anymore. Just say, hey, Coleman, I'm going to have you talk for a while. And then because they have so much coming out from the La Fabrica line to Sinistro itself and a lot of big stuff happening for PCA as well. So I'm very excited to see more of that. Brad, I know he's not going to be at PCA, but getting to talk to Bahama Mamas and La Mirada in person after getting to talk to him online for so long.
Right.
Really cool feeling. Because we talked to Bahama Mamas before he became part of it, before La Mirada was a thing.
Yes.
And I thought it was a nice cigar then, as far as flavors go, because that was before they had the unflavored La Mirada, which is really nice. If you want something smooth and mild and just consistent all the way through, it's a great cigar. But I thought the flavored ones they had were pretty decent beforehand because they aren't super overly flavored. It's not this artificial I don't know how to describe it exactly. It's not natural, but it's more natural than say your sweet and low versus your stevia sugar. If that makes any sense to anybody out there,
it doesn't.
Well, yeah, I know you don't like it. You go pure sugar. You go
Sugar in the
that
raw.
brown sugar or the raw sugar. Yeah. Why do you call it sugar in the raw? It's raw sugar. It's not
That's the
in
name of the company.
It's not in the raw though. It's raw sugar.
What's the name of the company?
Well, they should change it because they're just throwing me off.
I will say my favorite person that we interviewed and filmed was the magician.
Oh
He
man.
blew my mind.
Oh man, over at the Rockefeller booth.
Yes.
Oh man.
Fantastic magician. I was his assistant. I did a great job as well.
Well, I don't know.
But yeah, we'll have that video up for you guys because it was a lot of fun to see him do his stuff. And the parts that I got to interact with him with and participate in, they blew my mind.
Oh.
It was incredible. So cool. And I cannot wait for you guys to see that video. Modern
Mentalist on Instagram, Kevin Nicholas. If you guys want to follow him, definitely watch that video. I guess I'll add that to the playlist for the interviews. I know it's not technically an interview, but if he was applying for what's the word I'm looking for?
Wizard?
For wizarding university, or what do you call it when like you're a residency, like a residency at what's that place in LA? The food and magician spot, the restaurant where they do magic right there. You know what I'm talking about?
Castle?
The Magic Castle, yeah. If you have to apply for that kind of stuff, you have to still apply. You have an interview right there, right?
Yeah.
That would be his interview, and it was pretty.
It was really
awesome.
good. It was really good.
A lot of fun.
Like I was expecting, because I like to watch a lot of those magic debunking shows, that I would be able to catch him when he did certain things. Couldn't. His sleight of hand was too damn good.
It was very good.
That's all I've got for now, Mike. I just don't want to give too much away, so everybody else can go back to our YouTube channel later and check out the interviews and the footage that we have from TPE. You have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we do have some cigars to review, some new stuff that came out for TPE, or things that they will be releasing very soon. There's quite a few companies that are expanding. As much as the lockdown slowed a lot of things down, it did not hurt the cigar spirit of doing business and moving forward. A lot of people really did their best to continue working forward, and they did a great job, and it shows at TPE how hard they worked. And I think the brick and mortars caught up with that, and they thought, you know what? We've been closed for too long. Like sharks, got to keep moving in order to survive.
Yeah,
so they came over. The sharks don't have. You don't even know what a shark is anymore, right? Deep cut right there, 30 Rock. Anyway, so they were there to get new stuff, to get new lifeblood into the shops, and I am excited to see what resonates in what areas and whatnot, because whether it was our buddies we met from Texas this time, Cigars, Liquor and More, doing their podcast, or like Michelle,
Cigars and Things,
Frankie,
Frank,
or different shop owners. Like we met the guy who runs La Casa in Vegas.
Yeah, that was cool.
Or Michelle from Fresno, or some guys that were on the East Coast. Quite a few guys from the East Coast, because I think they have to come out more often.
Right.
Because just location wise, I would love to get back in touch with some of the owners and see what's doing well in their area. So not just what's smoking good in ours, but what's smoking good in Arizona, what's smoking good in Northern California, or in Texas, or wherever they might be. And I'm just excited to see how all of this hard work that was put into 3 days of an event, a week worth of prep and networking, translates into bettering the cigar community. And I'm looking forward to all that, to all the information, and hopefully we'll have more for you at PCA with how it's all going.
Absolutely. We'll be live again Monday, 2 p.m.
Yep.
Talk some more cigars and more stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But the Second Third podcast is filmed at Culebras Lounge in Bakersfield, California, and is brought to you guys by Cigars and More Bakersfield. And, of course, we are a Wasp Nest Videos production, and we will see you guys next time.
Have a good one, guys.